What episode is this?
Episode 12.
12? Okay.
Lucky number 12.
Lucky number 12.
Oh my God.
What?
This is crazy.
Why?
What?
No way! He has the number 12 tatted to his damn chest! No way! No way! This is dope. This is God, baby. This is crazy.
That was my basketball number.
That was his basketball number. Like, this dude used to play ball overseas.
It's a messy Monday, it's a messy Monday. Mondays and Messy Mondays.
Hey everybody, welcome to Messy Mondays. It's your girl Showman and your girl Molly Marr.
Did they all miss us?
I'm sure they did because we like low-key took a week off.
We needed some time to ourselves and relaxation. You were out in Cali.
I was out in Cali.
Cali love.
Oh my God, I love California. Like, you don't understand. Like, every time I go, I come back excited. I just really love San Diego. You guys show me so much love every time I go out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My Mexicans, y'all the shit. I love y'all. They are so much fun. I love the Mexicans. You are the best people in the world. You're so warm and embracing, and the women are so strong, and the women are so progressive. God, Latinas all day. That's what I'm talking about. I love me some California. But
West Coast is the best coast.
It's the best coast. It was the best. It was the best coast. We were super far from one another still, Mar. Even though I was in the most southern part of California. You know what I'm saying?
We were in the same time zone finally, but still about 6 hours.
Right.
8 hours away from each other.
Absolutely.
Distance.
Yes.
So,
we will be reunited very soon, my love.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
Yes.
And
But
how's the weather out there?
the weather was amazing. We had cool nights. You know, that desert feel that Cali has, that it gets cool at night. And the sunsets are picturesque. For those of you who follow me on the social and the gram and all that. So I shouted out their love for the sun. It's beautiful over there. And it was really dope. It was really cool. They had like a Dominican festival out there. And they had like a baseball game. They had like Jos Casarante performing at this place called Alu. Like, yo.
There's Dominicans in San Diego.
There's Dominicans everywhere, apparently. So I'm just saying, like, we everywhere, buddy. Like, they hit me up like, yo, there's a Dominican event. I'm like, okay.
They're not in Washington. I haven't found them yet.
Really?
I have not found one. Probably just myself. And I heard my parents ran into Dominicans in Spain and in France.
Oh, yeah, in Spain they're heavy. In Spain they're heavy, for sure.
They haven't just made it to Seattle yet.
Okay,
First, me and Robinson Cano are the only ones out here.
all we need to do is have one, and then and history is made, baby. We spread. But also, I want to say thank you so much for everybody for episode 11. Liznell, dope. Thank you for your Christian views. They were beautiful. You kind of even made us liberal, religious people kind of think a little bit about a lot of the behavior and some of the decisions we're making.
It was great insight, a great point of view in a different direction. That's what we'd love to have here.
For sure.
Point of views, objectives, and we respect everyone's thoughts and things like that. And a lot of things that we can agree upon, just regular human nature and morals or values that we see upon. So, I mean, we just all go about it in a different way. So, thank you to her to be here.
Absolutely.
We love having guests.
We love having guests, and thank you for calling in from Jersey. That was dope. That was mad love. I know you took your time out of your day to make that phone call. That was cool. And for everybody, worldwide podcast, state to state, coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
So you know what I'm saying, it was cool, and a lot of my friends that are actually Christians were really happy that we had a positive spin. They really were. They actually said thank you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because people normally don't, mix the two platforms together and all of that. So thank you, Liznell. It meant a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, girl.
Now, with that being said, we still got to get into our regular mess, and we said it the best, and we still got to get into our messy questions. And remember, the messy questions was something that we wanted to get you guys engaged, and we wanted to hear what you guys had to say. And thank you so much for everybody that participates and always has very honest opinions on it. I know Mar might read some of them that were really good responses so that we can just keep in the fashion of supporting those who support us and shouting out your Instagram name at all times. And guess what? Everybody, episode 12 even has a special guest. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's because people just love coming to the pod. It's like people love being part of the conversation. You gotta just
We
be.
love it.
It's awesome because every time we get to have another voice, it's like me and Mar get to like not look on each other's faces and be like, oh, I know what Marley thinks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like cool to have somebody else's opinion, which is really dope. So he's definitely going to join in and tell us a little bit about himself, but also be part of the conversation regarding friendship. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, especially growing up in the United States, because that has a lot to do with it. Because in the United States, people embrace friendship in a very heavy way. Like your friends sometimes are really your family in a lot of situations. So I feel like a friendship conversation is really important to have and to see where everybody's moral standards are when it comes to actual friendships.
Definitely. And it's one of those things where we put a lot on top of a friendship. We expect a lot in kind of in a reciprocated kind of way. We want to always, if I provide for you, you provide for me. Friendships are really your backup to family as well. So it was great to see the reaction to this question regarding friendships, because I know me and you both have been probably in this boat related to kind of friendships that ended.
Right.
And our question was, do friendships have an expiration date? In my personal opinion, people set their own expiration dates. So in essence of where people kind of start behaving differently, we kind of grow up. We kind of grow out of regular relationships and we grow out of friendships. And that's the realistic part of it. And some people just can't really cooperate with that or understand that people just grow up and grow out, and people want to hold a lot into a relationship or a friendship because of the memories and other years that you've been friends together. But sometimes things just grow apart and people go their separate ways. So that's my opinion on that. Melly Mel said on Instagram, I don't believe friendships have an expiration date. However, I do believe that every so often you may need space from them.
Okay. I can see that, because you know how sometimes when you're so close to people, you're bound to have conflict. That's just part of being close. And sometimes you just need time apart.
Definitely. We have My Story Mimi. She said, yes. They sure do. As we get older, our circle starts getting smaller and smaller. We tend to just grow people. Nothing wrong with that. I'm lucky to have a few friends that I've known since grade school. I consider them family. But you definitely know when it's time to just kick some friends, in quotation marks, to the curb. They were fun while they lasted, but now I see who you really are. And that's, again, the growing out of that friendship.
Right.
Beautiful Soul had the most amazing posts.
She did. It was like paragraphs.
And it was paragraphs, yes. So I'm going to minimize it all. But she did kind of state that, how I mentioned, that we kind of see as a friendship, because we have so much history and so much memories with that person, that we kind of attach ourselves really emotional, and for selfish reasons we decide to keep those people around, right, and stay cool to the end, and thinking that we may need them as an option or keep them for the future. I really want her more of her intake on this. We hope to get her on the show one day.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out.
But she gave a great perspective, and if you look at her IG, you can see her thoughts on that, and they were fantastic. And then some people were like, no, they don't expire. We don't set our own, some people set it themselves, their own expiration dates, by the way they behave, the way they act, the way they, act towards you. And some say, we just fall apart. So it was a great conversation on our IG. You guys need to make sure to be there and join in.
For sure.
And our special guest, we're going to continue with the conversation on friendships. Might be a little bit different topic than usual.
It is a different topic than usual, but then again, it really is something that I want people to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Why not? When you join the pod, you join whatever we're talking about, right? So it is what it is. So now, would you please introduce yourself to the world?
How's it going? It's your boy Tweez Da Swaggy God. And I thank y'all for having me today.
Welcome to the pod.
Thanks for having
We
me.
are so happy for having you.
I feel good to be here.
So, when names have multiple names involved in the name, is there a name that we focus on more than the other? Because for those of you who are listening, I think he said 3 names, no? He said 3. So where are we right here? Because
Alright, so yeah, I said Tweez Da Swaggy God. But, you know, a lot of people just call me Tweez, or other people just call me Swaggy God.
Oh, they call you Swaggy God.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know?
Okay, so it's up to you, Mar. You can do Swaggy God or you can do Tweez.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool, Molly. That's cool with me.
All right, there we go. So we have Tweez, and Tweez has joined us in the conversation.
For sure. Yeah.
This dude is pretty interesting because in the 10 minutes of me having a conversation with him, he talked to me about being in like 40 different places in the whole planet. So I'm like, wow, okay, you're well traveled. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like people like this have a lot of relationships with a lot of people. So I wanted to know a little bit about what your take is on our topic and friendships that you may have.
Well, I really think it's about you learn when you meet so many people. For me, I was playing basketball, so I was around a lot of people, and I happened to be an okay basketball player. So, you know, I had to interact with a lot of people. I had to, you know, I was a part of a lot of things. When you say like
okay, what do you mean okay?
I played at the University of Miami. I also played at the University of South Alabama, and then I also played professionally overseas in Barcelona. And then I played in the Czech Republic as well.
Oh wow, okay.
So
that's more than okay. You're a professional basketball.
yeah. So
I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, for sure. So
right, don't they have like characters on Basketball Wives that they be playing overseas? Like, don't they?
They're professionals.
Right, but my bad. Continue.
yeah, so at the end of the day, it's just like, for me, how I move is always about networking. I feel like for in life, if you want to progress and you want to move forward, you got to be open-minded. You got to be willing to, you know, meet new people. You got to be willing to experience new things. But if you're not, then some people are just so off. They're not really, you know, they don't like to interact with people. They don't have that many friends. But then you have those other individuals that's more, you know, they living freely. They more open to, you know, get those new experiences and meet those new people, and that's just the type of person I was. So for me, I find it exciting to meet new people and to see how, you know, they are. You know what I mean? Because you learn so many different personalities, and that's just how life is. You know what I mean? So you learn to adapt. And for me, I feel like you have to learn to accept people for who they are. You know what I mean? A lot of people in life, they try to be a certain way, and when they stop being that way, you know, you see the difference, and that's when I feel like people shy off. But for me, I'm like a person that like to tell people to make sure you be you when you're around me, because I don't like inconsistency. So for me, like, just be you. You feel what I'm saying? And if we do that, then we're gonna be cool forever, because I know I'ma always be me. You feel what I'm saying?
I can relate to you on that in a very heavy way. I'm very much that way in that regards when it comes to people. I'd rather you show me who you are, and then we'll build from that instead of you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He did say something really nice where it becomes, there's friendship, and then there's like that part of like networking where you have to kind of become social with people. You gotta become sort of like an associate and kind of like network with people. Like now you have your close friends. Right. And then you have like these people you networked, connected with, that you know you can just reach out to. They're not friends, right? But they're like this just group that you can just, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for, I need to get into this club, or I need to get into this. And
you know what? Sometimes those type of people become kind of important.
Very important.
More important than your actual friends.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. You never really know, like, that one experience of you meeting that one person that you met at the airport. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all 100. Just happen to be sitting next to each other. Yeah. Next thing you know, y'all get each other contact, and then next thing you know,
Boom.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like you just never know.
You never
know
know.
what I mean? Like,
That's a fact. For
so
real.
you guys sometimes you just gotta be open minded for different
You do.
things, and then
You
you
do.
learn other people's perspective of life. You know what I mean? Because life is just different. Everyone sees it from a different view. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I'm assuming you must be open-minded because you mentioned Barcelona. That's a Spanish country. You're not Spanish.
see.
Right. So you had to now relate and communicate with people that are not from where you're from, that don't speak the language you speak. So I'm assuming that you have to be open and kind of brave to kind of just, go out there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, I mean, for me, I got a crazy childhood, so I don't know if I'm Spanish. I could have a little Dominican in me. So, poquito. This is what my family told me. But childhood is a crazy story. But I could have some Dominican.
It's possible.
It's very possible.
Anyone can be Dominican at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just being honest. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But for me, yes, that was extremely different because, but also you gotta remember, I went to college in Miami, so it's a lot of Spanish people in Miami.
You was around it.
I started to adapt. Once I got here, it was just like, I wanted to work on it. And also in high school, like, man, I took Spanish in class. I got an A.
Spanish in class.
So like, I knew a little bit, you know what I mean? I see. You feel me? So I got there and it worked, and I just wanted to learn. I wanted to learn it. I adapted. I feel like I can understand some things when they talking. You feel what I'm saying? Because once you hear it so much. But as far as speaking it, I just know the basics. The hola, como estás, mami? You feel me?
Oh, that's the basics, right? Got it. So
it helped you get around, though, at least.
Right.
Yep,
But
it
the
did.
willingness to be open and actually have conversations with people, or actually just be kind of more open, like, okay, I'm going to accept the fact that I'm in a whole other country, and kind of just, open to new friends or conversations, and
were they
whatever, with strangers, it's helpful.
Were they nice to you because you were an athlete? Because I can assume they must have been kind of prejudiced. Because Spanish people are known for being a little prejudiced.
I can't sit up here and tell you that. I mean, but yes, I did have a bad experience over there. I ended up getting, oh my God, I remember I was shooting a music video, and then I had a lot of my jewelry, a lot of my expensive stuff that I was shooting for the shoot, and I lost over probably almost $100,000 worth of stuff.
My God, what happened?
I was shooting a video, and then all our stuff was in the van, and there was a few cameras in the back too. And when we went to the location to shoot, and the van was on like a main street. You feel what I'm saying? It was a main street. So when we got to the location, I ended up changing real quick, right in the car. You feel me? Ended up changing in the car, and then we ended up shutting it, and then we ended up walking to the location. We probably was gone for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes. We got that done in 30 minutes, and we come back, and then everything out the van in the back was gone.
Wow.
Nobody know nothing. The police act like they don't know nothing. No cameras, no nothing. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
So all we had was what we had. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, somebody was watching us.
Absolutely, somebody was watching.
They was watching us, bro. That was crazy. That shit, nothing busted or nothing. It was man, it was crazy, man.
Well, wow. For people to really, basically, I feel anytime something gets stolen in a place that you're not from that place, you're not ever getting that shit back.
Never.
Ever.
That was gone. That took a major loss.
It is.
But besides that, the love, I got a lot of love out there. I had a bad experience.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But how long were you there?
I was in Barcelona for probably almost 10 months.
Okay.
10 months I was in Barcelona. And I was in Madrid for a little bit too. It was pretty dope.
I heard Madrid is dope.
Madrid is really dope.
Yeah, I want to go.
Mm-hmm. And but a lot of the we get a lot of, it's so much love. I can't really say I had a bad experience besides that.
Right.
Everything else was like a movie I was living in. You know what I mean? You know, so I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? Because that was an experience that, you know, that I'm grateful for having. So
what was it like being a basketball player in Spain? Like, do they treat you like a basketball player gets treated in the U.S. or?
I mean, they show you a lot of love, but I mean, they love football, like
Soccer, right.
Soccer.
Europeans, period.
Yeah, they love that over there. I actually went to a Barcelona game first time over there. Seen I forgot what was his name, Messi or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. That must have been dope.
It was really dope. It was really dope. Yeah, I mean, Barcelona's is pretty amazing, you know?
Yeah, I really want to go. I haven't been to Spain, but I would like to go. I heard it's very nice.
You should.
I'm hoping to have a European trip soon enough.
Marley, you gotta do it.
Right.
You gotta do it for sure.
I want to sign up for a sabbatical, like a whole year of like no work, no rent, no bills, like a whole thing just shut down and just travel. I just gotta find a person who will fund that. So,
You didn't even say someone to go with. You said someone to fund it. That's what you.
I don't even know. Dana, haven't you learned already? I moved clear across the country. I can do things by myself.
Yes, you can, honey. Yes, you can.
So, if I can find someone to fund what I need to travel in life,
That's all you need.
I'm out of here. That's all I need.
That's
So,
awesome.
If I need to set up a GoFundMe page, let me know.
There you go. Fund me.
Yeah. Fund me. But
That's what's up.
My parents always talk about moving. My dad really wants to sell the house, retire, and just move and live in Spain.
Wow, okay.
Barcelona or Madrid.
Have they even been?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that I've heard it's beautiful, and that's a wonderful experience to have. I mean, to be a professional athlete in a different country.
Yeah, that's dope.
Really, you can be a superstar for all you know.
It's just dope. It's just to have money in another place, and you know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was just like sometimes I would go out to eat and then like I wouldn't even have to pay for the places, and it was like damn,
That's awesome.
Dope perks. You go places and they just give you stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like it's really good, you know, being able to be this way, but you know, you learn to be able to carry yourself a certain way too. You know what I mean? Because it's very, you gotta just, for me, growing up in Baltimore, you know, and being in there is very humbling. You feel what I'm saying? You can't never take it for granted. So for me, I just really, you know, soaked it in. But also while I was out there, I was also doing my music. So,
Right.
you know, it was like a double grind for me. I was working hard in the gym, in the court. Then I'm out networking with the DJs. I'm in there, they having them play my records in the club. I'm out there just, you know, really working, shooting videos and stuff like that, and just really trying to, you know, be the best version of me. You know what I mean?
So what was it like in the Czech Republic? Do they have the same type of vibe that is in Barcelona and Madrid?
Totally different. Totally different vibe, but it's a total different experience, and you just learn a different language. Then I had to learn a different language.
And what language is that?
Czech.
Just like that, Czech?
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'd be like, ahoy, you know what I mean?
Matey?
It's like, ahoy, yeah, you know
What
I
is
mean?
that though? What is all her name?
It's like, hi, how are you? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know what I mean? What's up? Like, dobre? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just start learning like different languages and slangs of it, and it was just cool. It was just cool. You know what I mean? Try different foods and stuff like that.
Right,
you know what I mean? And
That's the interesting part.
so like yeah, the Czech was definitely really dope. I love you know, Koling, and I love Prague. You know, I love
Prague.
Bruno. You know, they showed me.
Is it cold?
Yes, it was super cold out there. It was
I
super
bet.
cold.
And are the people, were you able to make friendships there? Because I
Yes,
feel like
yes.
the people, I have this perception that they're like cold people.
I think you think all Europeans are cold people. And the way this conversation has gone, I think your assumption is like all Europeans
I guess, but especially the people from those kind of countries that is very cold.
I'm American right now.
I am so American. It's disgusting. I know. Please, shame on my American ways.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
They give love. It's a lot of love. You know what I mean? And like you would think it's like, but some places out there, they be honest with you, it's like it's not a lot of black people.
Right.
You feel me? So like, but in like certain,
I'm not surprised.
It's not a lot of black people.
Not
so
surprised.
for me, like I'm like a black person. I got a lot of tattoos, so you know, like I stand out like everywhere.
And he has a face piercing.
Yeah, everywhere. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you know when they make like them big little things for basketball, the big shape heads. They had a shape of head of mine. I had like a little. What's
For
the
real?
name?
No way.
Yeah, but I had like I get it covered up like a band-aid, so I had like that thing. So it was super cool too. Like, you know, it was like a trademark. It was like, you know what I mean? You feel me? So, yeah, totally.
For the listeners in the pod, he is tatted from neck to finger.
That's great. Did you get all those? Did you get any of those tattoos like out there, like out in Europe or anywhere like that, or?
No, I didn't get any tats in Europe. I didn't, actually. A lot of them was from here. Not Miami per se, but in the U.S.
Yeah. And then I was going to ask, like, because we were on the topic of friendships, how did your friendships here, like your college friends and all that stuff, or like, or your high school, like your family, how did that change while you, like, how did those friendships change while you were working overseas, really, or being, you know, a professional athlete overseas?
True.
So for me, this is the type of, so I feel like it's just the type of person I am. So for me, like, when I meet people, like, it's just like, I just want it to be real and organic. You know what I mean? Like, I want every time that we're around, I want it to be like something cool. I want it to be an experience. I want us to be real. So for me, it's just like as long as you that way and I'm that way, we gonna be locked in for life. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm just gonna any person I meet that if we gonna be friends, because that comes with time. You feel what I'm saying? And and consistency. You know, sometimes you just gotta see that work when it comes to certain people that you know that you have to evaluate everybody, because everyone has to have value. That's why I feel like if you're not having people in your life that have value, then it's just like, it's not saying it's a waste of time, but that's not something that you need to really be focusing on when you're trying to progress. You feel what I'm saying?
That's like what our comments were saying on Instagram. It's like, you know, when you're growing and you're moving and and people around you aren't growing and moving with you, it's not really a friendship. Like, it's not a friendship, but what's the value of that friendship?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're not progressing and growing in the same direction. So what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, and some people just feel like, you know, like, yo, if I'm not doing nothing, then you shouldn't be doing nothing. And it's like, yo, like, I'm trying to do this. If you're not on this, then we got to keep it going. Then I got to keep it moving. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is what I'm on. Some people just ain't on the same wave. Some people just ain't on the same path. You know what I mean? And it's not that, you know, like, you know, you got to dislike somebody just because you're not around them or you're not keeping in contact with them. It's just that, you know, you got to focus on the things that's good for you. You know what I mean? And if it's something that's good for you and it works for them, then, and we can stay connected, then that's good. Then that's good too. But then you also got to be smart in knowing that, all right, I know what this person is. This person is someone that I might not need right now, but this is someone I may need in the future. So you have to really realize, like, all right, I know I have to continue to build that relationship.
Right.
So if it goes from me sending a text message or, you know, sending a text message once a week, yo, what's up? I hope you're having a good week. Woo, 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 woo. You know, everything Gucci on my end, or, you know, sending a record, or, you know, a social media, you know, following each other, going through
even
liking.
not even liking people's
You know,
shit is big nowadays.
Yeah, like giving a like, you know what I mean? Like, social media helps you so much.
It's not only that. It's like it kind of makes you feel like you still friends.
It does.
Right?
You know what's funny? I had a couple conversations with coworkers, and it was like these things where one, someone saying happy birthday to you on your birthday on social media still feels and still counts like some sort of connection. And it gives you like this weird thing, like if I think to myself, like if I see that person out in the street, we'll be cool. But in reality, if I see you on the street, I'd be like, okay, I'm trying to ignore this person.
Right.
Literally, if I'm seeing somebody, I'm not concerned about them, like that aspect. But for certain times and for certain people, if they were to write me happy birthday, I'd be like, oh, that was sweet, that was nice.
Nice, thank you so much. Right.
But if they text me happy birthday, then I'll be like, okay, so we're a little bit like, everything's still copacetic, right? Like, we're good. Now, if I don't hear from you, then we ain't nothing. We ain't, like, not used to be friends, but I guess that's...
Am I the only one that gets annoyed by, like, birthday phone calls sometimes?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I sometimes rather a text. I know, I'm such an asshole.
Some people just want to like. No, some people just want to just tell you. You know what I mean? Like,
and I love everyone that tells me, and everyone who calls me on birthday. It means everything in the world to me, and thank you so much.
Be careful in December, because we might be like...
But
because if you ain't get those phone calls, you would feel some type of way.
I love everyone who calls me. It's just that sometimes certain people who call, I just don't feel like, I don't know how to say it.
It's like sometimes when I call, I just gotta call and I'm gonna sing it. Like, I'm gonna sing it to you as soon as you pick up. I'm singing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man said he's gonna sing to me on my birthday.
On your birthday.
Yes.
So be prepared. I ain't even gonna give you no preview. It's just gonna happen.
I'm so
you
ready
gonna pick up Tweez.
to be sang to.
It's...
To be sang to, and I will record it. And I'll post it by the way. You heard it here. Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's how we relate.
We had a deep conversation about friendships, and one of the things were reciprocation. So if I do something for you, right, for like just in general for your birthday, or reach out, or I know something happened for you, you know, or just in general, like a reach out, although we may not speak on it, we consider each other friends, I expect that, like, in return. Does that make sense? But, like, okay, so I moved all the way out here, right?
Right.
Right? You would think, and I know a lot of people who have, reached out directly, right? Like, a friend would be, you did this, right? Mm-hmm. A friend would be like, how is it? How's it going? What's happening? How's it like?
Right.
You know, whatever. Like that checkup, right?
Right.
Or a phone call, text message, separate. I know people who have not done that since they've moved here.
Wow. But I mean, are we not just gonna be coming to terms with reality and understanding? Those people really don't fuck with you like that. Let's be honest. You have to look at it like that. Cause it's like, I know it's like when you come back, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like, you have to know that like, you don't even care what happened to me for the past year.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even that. It's the factor of, it's not that they don't fuck with me. It's more sometimes of where people can be.
I guess I don't fuck with them.
No.
Correction.
They don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with them.
Sometimes people can be too caught up in themselves and not think about how.
That's true.
Not think about others in that moment. And that's what that truly is.
That's
Yeah,
true.
And
yeah.
so I'm a friend who thinks of others, right? Like I can take a moment sometimes, even if I'm like super late, like 3 months later, and calling you or texting you.
Right.
I know that it came back into my head, and that is a moment of checkup that I need to do because I consider you a real, true friend.
Right.
Right? Like if I know this is happening and I'm late on it, I'll still do it. So I think for me, it's more people sometimes get too caught up in themselves, and that
It's
is a
true.
part of growth and growing.
And it's part of adulting as well. Adulting requires you to have less free time.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
You know how some people be like, you know, they had that mindset like out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's very true. There's a lot of people like that.
You know what I mean? It's just like if you ain't around, it's just like, all right.
You're not as relevant anymore.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just how some people are. That's just some people personalities.
It just is.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to. That's why you gotta understand for people for who they are. You feel what I'm saying? I understand. Like, all right, I already know. It's just
I know,
running around.
right? That happens
so
too.
It's cool. You feel what I'm saying?
And to be honest, unless you are able to do that, there's no way you're gonna have long-lasting relationships
Exactly.
with anybody.
Exactly. And I think that's why I'm like that, because it's like people I don't talk to for full. Say if I don't talk to one of my friends I ain't talked to, we might have been friends. We might have had our spurt. We was around each other for like 2 months, 3 months. We had a great ass relationship. But I don't see you for 4 years, right?
Right.
But then next thing you know, I might have seen you just probably liking stuff on the gram. But the next time I see you,
And it's nothing but love.
It's nothing but love. It's
Absolutely.
like we just because like that's that real genuine. You feel what I'm saying? Once we lock in, we locked in for life. It's like, you feel what I'm saying?
I'm really one of those. Like, I know, I'm one of those people that I know a whole bunch of people. I know a whole bunch of people for other reasons, for this, for that, for working in big corporations, to doing stuff independently, to being in multiple states. Like, eventually you accumulate a lot of people. So when you do that, a lot of people feel like they probably know you or they're close to you because of all the little interactions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have what you're referring to, because I 100% do that. Like, I always meet a lot of people, but then there's that one person that is like, okay, like with you, it doesn't matter if 10 years went by. Like, we're going to pick up where we left off, and it's cool, and it's nothing. Yeah. And I agree. That only happens with certain individuals. It's like an energy that you have with that person.
It depends on how it ends, too. It depends on how the
or sometimes it doesn't end. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
even if it trickles away, even if it kind of disappears on its own, it depends. It depends on, like, how much effort sometimes we put into that.
Right.
Or how that circumstance came about. Because if you're a person who, for some people, got too caught up in their own separate lives and just let that hang and fall off, and yes, phone calls and text messages go in 2 ways, but essentially if you did your part and that person doesn't, that's when you see each other again, there's no picking up where you left off. It kind of leaves it an awkward state, in an awkward space.
Right. I'm very fortunate that I have friendships that are really old. And it's like, I'm really fortunate that these people are still people that, that you call when things matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course we don't talk every day. Of course we don't do what we used to do every day because we live different lives. But the fact that when it matters, you know what I'm saying? You're available and I'm around and you're around. That to me is a friendship, for sure.
For sure. Speaking of friendships, let's talk about a little bit of hip-hop friendships.
Okay. Here comes the trash.
Tweez will like this. Definitely would love this. We're talking about Jim Jones and Cameron friendship. Were you a Dipset fan?
Of course I was a Dipset fan. Were you a Dipset fan?
Oh, I was a Dipset fan, man. Like, I was, man.
It was so much fun. A lot of their...
I was deep. I was rocking there. Man, they had me. They had me at one point in time. Like, they was on fire. They was on fire.
They were actually running shit. Like
for a little while.
Like, they were really on it. Like, there was something about...
I mean, Joel Santana...
Oh, boy.
Right.
Boy.
Joel Santana was like the young, cute guy, and then Cameron was reckless, and, Jim Jones is a thug. They had their moment.
They had their moments. So they met back in, Jim Jones says they initially met in 1989, and Cameron says they didn't really become cool until 1995, which is a big-ass difference. But okay. So they worked together. They did Jim Jones appears on Cameron's album back in 2008. They then formed the Diplomats together back in, I'm sorry, I said 2008, 1998. Wow.
Wow, for real?
Yeah, shout out to the Dipset. This is Dipset real quick. Hold on.
She said she can't hear herself.
Go ahead, it'll get you super excited. So,
Just wanted to shout out to Dipset.
Absolutely.
Show some love to them. You feel what I'm saying? Because they had an amazing run.
They did.
And we need some more music like that, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if they still friends. Because in 2003, that that song, and then the album Diplomatic Immunity came out in 2003. This
Great
makes me
album.
feel really old, by the way.
Right. Great album.
In 2005, Jim Jones, they were signed to trouble in 2005 because Jim Jones hires 50 Cent lawyer because he wanted to, there was against Cameron, and claims that something with the business dealings and that he wasn't getting paid.
There was a lot of shady shit going on for a while with these
There was
people.
a lot of underground kind of like no
Right.
one knew.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see, in 2006, Cameron makes Tricky Ricky shirts and trademarks Bird Gang. As we know, the name Bird Gang is technically Jim Jones. Remember that? If you think back about it, he used to have like these shirts.
Yeah.
And he used to claim the name like Tricky Ricky, which mocked Jim's relationship with his girlfriend at the time, Chrissy.
Ooh. That's when the Chrissy shit started?
According to Cam, the shirts would start discernigating their friendship and be the beginning of the end. Wow. This is deep. Like, it gets really bad.
But they were like super close. Like that was a really big breakup. That's like almost as epic as Jay-Z and Damon Dash.
Yeah. And that's another issue, too. Because when Dick Dash took in Cameron,
Right.
decided him to
Remember Kanye kept on saying on his first album how he always knew that Damon Dash just wanted him to like write for Cameron. Like he used to be like, yeah, it would be better if Cameron did this though. Like Kanye, keep writing, but let Cameron, it's so funny. But yeah.
Can you imagine where the world would be today?
Right. If Kanye was writing for Cameron, ghostwriting for Kanye, that would be ridiculous. But go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Cameron wouldn't have been the same person. Anyways, in 2007, Jim Jones confirmed there was tension between him and Cameron on Hot 97. He said him and Cameron have not spoken to each other in a year. He said, I kept quiet about loyalty and I felt like we can't be friends, then at least we can do business together. But now I can't be next to you, and I'm through with being hot in water because of you. We still diplomats, we worked hard to achieve our success, and now we're on to something new. So that was in 2007. In 2007, Jim Jones shows up on stage with 50 Cent,
I remember that.
whom Cam and 50 were having their beef at the time. So he took some subtle shots at Cam on stage with 50. You know, back in the day, not to sound like an old hag, but rap beef was some real shit.
Yeah.
And Instagram makes it a little bit difficult now to really take in hip hop beef.
I mean, it's not only that. Like, for example, they're making a criminal case on one of these documentary shows about Biggie and Tupac's murder.
Oh, I don't know.
No, like this is like legit. This is like these private eye detectives, really high ranking people, and they're making a documentary because this is the most controversial murder, one of the most or whatever unsolved mysteries, and that they're both correlated and they link with one another. That they are convinced that both murders have to do with one another. So whatever, like they're trying to dissect it. I think it should be very interesting. But it used to escalate to that level. Just for an example, I remember when that beef was going on and they got killed. It was scary. Like, it was scary.
Yeah.
But, like, now, like, when these guys have this internet thugging shit, like, I don't know if I believe them. Personally.
Yeah. It makes it a little bit hard to be not entertained, but really affected by it in some way. The Biggie and Tupac, you felt affected. Because it was, like, almost felt close to home in general. Because these are people that you looked up to or you enjoyed their music, like, you partied with and stuff like that. So, for, when it came into that where they both died, it was kind of crazy. But
I think they found out who had something to do with that, because for me, like I'm all into this stuff, I be watching a lot of documentaries, I read a lot, I'm always searching the internet, I'm always, in the scoop, but also I have some friends in the industry too that's, just around a lot of these people, you feel what I'm saying? So I get a little bit of the intake on what really goes on. I'm out, I've been out with, Jim Jones before, you feel what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, it's like, I really think that, you know, that situation was just something that was like, they was like brothers at, you know, one point in time. You feel what I'm saying? It was just like a bond. You know, they came from the same, you know, the same place, you feel me? And they was both trying to build something and get somewhere and get out of the place that they was in, you feel me? And, you know, that's one of the things we talk about friendships, you know, when they expire and, you know, something happens and, you know, you got to move forward and things surpass. I don't think it's going to get to a point where it's so they want to hurt each other.
Right.
But it's just to a point where it's so they feel like it's something that they just can't patch up. Or,
Well, I mean, then again, you know, this is the most extreme case of two bad people not getting along anymore. You know, when people lose their lives, I guess that's the worst it could possibly be. But to be honest, shit like that can happen. If you start antagonizing beef with the wrong people, it can end badly.
It can. It definitely can. In this point, and just to wrap up their timeline, so 2010 they squashed the beef, but in 2016, Jim Jones disses Cameron for hanging out with Bendices from Love and Hip Hop because they consider him a snitch. And we know that Yandy is part of Dipset because she manages them, so that was a whole other area. In 2016, Cameron removes Jim Jones from a song. That hurts in the music industry. You cut somebody out of a song, that's serious.
yeah, he said he was hurt. He said he was hurt from that too.
Yeah, because then in 2016 they had some, you know, IG beef going back and forth on Instagram. The Shade Room cut all the comments and they were just clapping back at each other. And then Cameron said in 2016 when Angie Martinez said Jim Jones isn't from Harlem. So now he started just
Right.
at him, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, now.
But because that Cameron's funny.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful with
Right.
it. But I think he started to be like, you know what? You want to play games? I'm gonna keep taking dabs at you out here and discrediting you, technically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So adding to that, in 2017, this is where things kind of blew up. Remember when Jim Jones had that conversation with Flex on High 97 and he started crying?
Okay.
Remember when he had like a little teary-eyed, he got a little emotional? That's because that friendship, essentially, all of it, all across the board, was getting to him, right?
Right.
And so he discussed and gave a full background between the history and where they went from the inception of Diplomats to where their friendship is now. And he calls him a former partner in crime.
Right.
And that's what so he expresses disappointment in Cam, his frustration on how this was run as a business aspect. And he got real emotional in that. And I think people started jabbing at it.
Right.
And then later after that, of course, Mr. Cameron himself with the pink fur showed up on Instagram Live and started doing his own dabs and showing his own credit and things like that. It doesn't say where this friendship is at the current moment. That's how it's ended back in February. We haven't heard anything since then. But it's just kind of a storyline and timeline of how things start and how business.
What I think is crazy is why are they still even relevant to each other to put this much energy? They clearly still care about each other. They're still doing what
But
it is.
sometimes we fail to realize a lot of this is just a lot deeper than what we really think. A lot of this is marketing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's to stay relevant. It's to keep your name out there. It's to get people talking. It's to do this. It's to do that. You know what I mean? A lot of things has a lot of back to it as well. So,
to cry on like that's a lot for this man.
yeah, he had to leave it out there.
He said he got to do what he got to do.
He had to leave it out there, man. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know the crazy thing is that, like, for me, I remember that. You feel what I'm saying? That's something that people remember. You feel what I'm saying? And,
Right.
And like that touched people. You feel what I'm saying? Like to be able to see that, knowing where a person come from and to see that side.
The vulnerable side.
Yeah, you could see he was really hurt from that. You feel me? Like, and you know, I can relate. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, it's like, all right, yo, I feel you.
Which is the point. So I guess it was all a scheme. It was all, they're lying to us. Like
Because
always.
I'm gonna take it on the other route and actually believe that the friendship fell out of place and it actually hurts, because it does hurt when you fall out of place with your friends on a bad scale, especially when one friend does you dirty. it really does have a huge effect on you because you put a lot of trust, you put a lot of energy, you put a lot into that person, right? And you assume, again, that it's vice versa. So when a person does you dirty like that, you kind of just, it hurts. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So
It really hurts how much of a snake your friend can become. Like, it's not only that shit goes left, but it's like then this person becomes like the devil. And you're like, really? Like, I didn't know a person that I cared about was capable of being this fucked up.
And using your own stuff against you.
Yeah.
Everything they know about you against you. Everything you dislike, everything you feel or think or how you live in life, they use it against you. And you never know how people can turn.
Definitely makes you think before you trust again, for sure.
Be careful who you trust out there, people.
Absolutely. But with that being said, I want to make sure to have our special guest tell us a little bit about your current moment, because we know about the basketball. We know you was living out there with the checks, and you get a little word that we giggled a little bit about. And we also know that you was out here in Miami. You know, the world of living in the South and all that other good stuff. But we don't know what else is going on. So we want to know.
So right now, I'm working on my EP. I'm working on my it's almost done. I actually released a couple records off of it already. It's called The Vibe. The first single that I dropped, it was called All On You. The video is also available on YouTube. The single is available on iTunes, Spotify.
Fun video, guys. Watch it. I saw
Tidal. You can get it, right now. I released the second single from The Vibe, which is fantastic. That video is also available. It's on Spotify, Tidal, everywhere as well. Go get that as well. And just getting ready to work on new videos, new footage, and start really getting ready to get the marketing and promo to do it. So that's really the plan right now, and continue to build my brand, which is called is Posh Living Entertainment, which the movement is the Posh Gang, and it's something that I feel like it represents me and the people that's helping me. And we are helping each other to move forward and progress and take everything to the next level.
So how do people follow you?
My Instagram is TDSG. That's the abbreviations of Tweez Da Swaggy God. TDSG Official. You can also go check my website out. It's the same thing, www.tdsgofficial.com. And my Twitter is the same thing, TDSG Official. Everything TDSG
What are you
Official.
more active on?
My Instagram. Instagram works for me through everything. Just hit me up, holla at me.
Are you willing to work with people that want to do different things, or?
Yeah, if it makes sense, if it makes sense for me and you working for something that's for a good cause, and and it's dope, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I like to work with new people. I like new experiences, and I like to see people do well. So any way I can, be a part of that and making something come out really dope, then count me in. Let's go.
All right, that's what's up. So now we know. Tell them your IG one more time.
TDSG Official.
There you go. Be following him on IG.
We'll have all the links in the description as well as also the link to your YouTube video. I'll put that in there also. So
Absolutely. We're gonna definitely do that.
I'm definitely gonna check that out myself. Well, this was a great show. A lot of lessons learned.
I don't have a quote. I don't have a quote, but what I do have is that I do have to acknowledge such a beautiful experience that I had while I was in California. I was able to have such a meaningful conversation with 3 ladies. It was beautiful. Thank you so much for that moment. And friendships do exist. Absolutely.
They do.
Yeah.
Especially the 2 that you were with. I love them.
Yay. Yes. No, but yes, Marley, please tell them how to follow us.
So make sure to follow us on Instagram at Messy Mondays podcast, and follow us on Twitter, Messy Mondays Pod. Follow us on all YouTube, Messy Mondays Podcast, so you can hear the show on YouTube. You can listen to us on Google Play. We're working on that Spotify. We're working on that Tidal. And right now you can listen to us on Apple. Also, make sure to subscribe and share. Subscribe and share, and leave a comment. Tell us, review us. Tell us what you think about our amazing show, and tell us what you think about this topic on friendship, and we'll keep this going.
Absolutely.
If you want to know any information, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or stories to share, because we're looking for your messy stories, email us at messymondayspod@gmail.com.
Yes, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the wonderful guests. We always welcome people. Episode 12 was amazing, and episode 13 will be as well. And
Thank you.
remember to share your stories, because we tell your mess the best is your girl Show Me and your girl Melly Mar.